We're at Casa Grande High School for the renewal of the Egg Bowl. It's the Petaluma Trojans at 3-0 against the Casa Grande Gauchos, and everyone is excited to have this game back. The last time these teams met in a football game was 2011, so it's been over 5 years since they've played. Hello everyone, I'm Dave Cox along with the coach John Antonio, and everyone is super excited, John, to have this game back, and it should be a really good football game. Petaluma on a little bit of a roll right now at 3-0, and Casa under new head coach Dennis Brunk looking for their first win of the year. This is a big one for them.
Right, yeah, absolutely. This is really something they got to get rolling as they get into league here with next week Cardinal Newman and the following week Rancho. I know I talked to the coaches both sides, but Casa's probably in the must-win situation here. They're staring at an 0-5 start if they don't start out today and win this game.
For the Petaluma Trojans, of course, they run the veer, and to have a great veer offense, you have to have a great fullback. And this year they have a very good one in Jacob Ralston. He can do a lot of things for the Trojans.
Yeah, this kid runs the ball hard. He's a hard-nosed football player, and he's exactly what the Trojans look for year in year out with their fullback player. Fumbled the ball a few times in the last couple weeks, but still he can catch passes, as you see. He can run the ball. He's somebody that they're going to have to count for all afternoon.
And they like to use him in short yardage situations. Look for him on the goal line to get the ball. He's got a great nose for the end zone, and he will score if you give him the ball behind those big fellas on the offensive line. For Casa Grande, they've got a great running back as well. Now, you might remember this guy, Kenneth Fitzgerald. He first played for the Gauchos last year in the playoffs. He was ineligible after transferring from Marine Catholic, but he's had a full year to prepare, and he's very explosive.
Right, as you remember, I was part of that staff last year when we had Kenneth, and we were excited once we got him rolling and we were able to get him on the field. Maybe a little too late for us last year, but we knew this year he'd be somebody as a factor. He's big, he's hard to bring down. He's somebody everybody is excited to have out there. But I'll tell you, the Trojans are focusing on him, I almost guarantee it. And if they can stop him, that's a huge part of this offense.
And no doubt, they look forward to getting him the ball and trying to get their first win of the year as the band's coming out right now. The history of this Egg Bowl is very impressive. We go back a ways. It was 2009 the last time Petaluma won, and they were very dominant in 2008 and in 2009 in the Egg Bowl. And on their home turf in 2009 behind Ricky Sims. What a great back he was. He was the fullback, but they were also a good passing team. Mike Russell to Braden Ross right here, burning the Casa Grande defense deep, and they had a great halfback there in Sean Sullivan, led by Ricky Sims through the hole. They won this one easily back in 2009, their last victory in the Egg Bowl. It was a great victory for the Petaluma Trojans, and their fans were super excited back then. 40-14 was the final. The next 2 years dominated by Casa behind that man right there. He's now in the NFL. That's Elijah Qualls. He's a defensive lineman. Back then he was a running back. Good luck tackling that big fella in the open field. Their defense was awesome. Here's Jake Almarini causing the fumble, getting the scoop and score. Casa dominated those next 2 years, and a lot of people thought that this was becoming a mismatch, along with a lot of other stuff that happened back then that caused them to cancel the game. They were in separate leagues, but we'll see who comes away with the Egg Bowl trophy today. It's Petaluma and Casa Grande coming up next in the 2017 Egg Bowl.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
You've worked hard to create a good life for you and your family. Protecting what you've earned is important. At George Peterson Insurance Agency, our local agents work with you to make sure your home and belongings are protected from potential risks. When it comes to you and your family, we're committed to providing you with the right insurance for your needs. We work hard to ensure that your risks are covered, so you can focus on what's most important. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service, a local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
And make this more of a community event, and it's gone very well so far.
Yeah, you know, I don't so much worry about the kids. You know, they all played Pop Warner together, and they've risen through the ranks of growing up here in town, going to school together. It's just a matter of their high schools that they chose, and I think it was a good idea trying to bring the community together for this game, which they've done a good job of.
It is now time for the national anthem, and the Casa Grande marching band will do the honors. We have both bands here, so maybe they're going to work together. We'll see. Done. That was actually the Petaluma band that ended up playing that. I thought they might work together or one or the other, but Petaluma on our side playing our national anthem, getting us off to a great start here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Very nice crowd has assembled here at Casa Grande, and big thanks to our broadcast partner, Golden State Lumber, making this broadcast possible. Really appreciate them helping us out. We went to them with the idea of broadcasting the Egg Bowl live, and they said, absolutely, we're in. So thank you very much, Golden State Lumber.
Yeah, Lee Nauman does such a great job, and his daughter Jessica and Seth, the son, Casa alums. They support every community event. It's awesome to have them as a partner making this possible.
So here we go. We'll see the Veer offense getting underway early on here. Garrett Freitas will be one of the backs for Petaluma receiving the kick. He had 2 touchdown returns against Montgomery, and they were both huge in that shootout to open the season.
Right, yeah, and he's the key factor. I didn't think he was going to play today. Speaking with Coach Chris and John Crudo, their defensive coordinator, I thought that he may not play, knowing that league starts next week and how important this league is going to be for them. Being banged up, we'll see if he's a threat early on or if he's just a decoy. And it's going to be fun to see how they use him tonight.
He is definitely back deep right now with Justin Turner as we are set to get underway here for the 2017 Egg Bowl. Brandon Cotta will kick it away for Casa Grande in the green and gold, Petaluma in the white and purple. And it's an onside kick to start the game. The ball is loose, but the Trojans have recovered it at the 42-yard line. Luke Haggard, one of the best athletes on the field. This is a guy who has a chance to go to the next level, no doubt about it.
Yeah, right. And I'm sure Petaluma's expected something like that. A team that's coming into this game 0-2, desperate to get a good start going. Now you've given the Trojans offense some power by giving them some field position that is much appreciated. So it'll be a tough thing to stop right now. Is I'd say early on in this game, Petaluma already has some momentum.
So here we go, 1st and 10, I formation behind the quarterback. It is Justin Wolbert. He is a very good one, and the feed straight ahead into the line that time by Turner, and he picks up about 3 yards to the 45-yard line.
Right, that's going to be a key spot to watch as they dive the football. They start out in I. They're typically running some wing, triple option stuff. So right now, starting off with a 3-yard carry here, getting pretty good field position. If Petaluma can score on this first drive, toss in the bucket. It's gonna be something to see how they can come back. 2nd and 7. Wolbert keeps this time, squirts through a nice hole and gets into Casa Grande territory all the way down to the 45-yard line. A pickup of 10 yards for the quarterback, and that'll be the first down of the ball game. The Trojans immediately get across. So one of the things about stopping triple option, you got to stick to your assignment, and that's a hard thing to do if you don't play a whole lot of triple option teams. And as you see, whoever's responsible in their defense for the quarterback, which typically is an outside backer, he's got to be true to that every single play.
Here's that classic formation with the 2 wings. Single back, Wolbert to throw for the first time, and he's looking deep, and it's overthrown just a bit, intended for Isaiah Blomgren. Pretty good coverage down there deep for Casa Grande as they had him blanketed fairly well. That was Jack Leonetti. He's a great athlete for the Gauchos as well, and it's going to be 2nd down.
Yeah, I told in talking to Coach Brunk before the game, I asked him if he felt like the Trojans are going to try to expose their defense by throwing the ball more than they have in the past. He felt that was a possibility, and I did too, by watching a couple of their games earlier this year.
Here comes Wolbert now. He hands it off, and it is Ralston for the first time, and a nice job in the middle by that defense for Casa Grande. Kenneth Fitzgerald, who's playing both sides of the ball, makes the tackle after a gain of 2, and it's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, I think you got to get Fitzgerald, get him rolling and excited about this game. Now they're having to start on defense, so he'll have a little momentum coming to the offensive side of the ball.
Casa Grande coaching staff shouting instructions, 3rd down and 8. Trying to stop the veer, possible 4-down territory. It'll be an inside handoff, read beautifully by the Casa Grande defense, and not much there. Taking the handoff was Riley Wisman, and he got a yard, and that's about all. Nice job in the middle of that defensive line by Casa Grande to turn him away.
He does a good job sticking to your assignment, making sure that you have dive back. It looks like Sebastian Reyes on the tackle. And, now you put him in a little bit of a hole. Let's see if the Trojans are going to punt. Looks like they're going to.
Sebastian Reyes was the first guy on the scene that time. He turned him inside. He's a big fella, 5'11", 275. They're in punt formation, so they are going to give up the football right here. Doing the punting for them today will be Nick Ayers, and it's a good punt, end over end. Takes a bounce inside the 20 and then a right turn, so he's going to pin Casa fairly deep, and the Gauchos will have their hands on the football now for the first time today after successfully turning back the Trojans on offense, but they are deep in their own territory. Their quarterback is Jance Offerman, and for Dennis Brunk, he was at Santa Rosa High School the past couple of years. After Trent Herzog left here at Casa Grande, he took over this, and he's had to instill his program, and it's probably going to take a little while. He feels like this week was probably the week that they should have a breakout performance.
Yeah, I think they are trying to gain some momentum here, like we talked earlier in the show, that they want to get a win today, not so much because of the Egg Bowl, but more importantly because they need to get a little momentum going into that tough league matchup with Cardinal Newman next week. A little bit of a mix-up with the clock here.
Officials talking things over right now. Back judge Dave Brown came over the sideline and had a word with Dennis Brunk. Now it is Dominic Bosky saying, let's play, and he rolls the clock. Pitch out, ball is loose. Petaluma has it. It's Luke Haggard who picks it up. They're going to say he was down, but it's a turnover on the first play from scrimmage, and Petaluma takes over at the Casa Grande 12-yard line.
Yeah, I don't like the play call early in the game. First play, I'm thinking give it to Fitzgerald up the middle, right, and pound the football and punish the Trojans and make them pay a little bit, and they turn that ball over. You know, just a bad pitch, poor pitch. Looked like Jets may got the ball low, caused him to pitch the ball a little bit lower to Kenneth, and it just got just hit the turf. Terrible start. I feel bad for them.
Trojans offense is on the field now. 7:35 to go. Dominic Bosky signals play back in. And now we have a timeout. Looks like he may ask for some time to be put back on the clock. They started the clock a little early. He was just signaling the play clock to begin, not the game clock that time.
One more time! Let's go, boys! Come on now! Penalty, Trojans!
Dominic Bosky, the veteran referee here.
It's a pretty veteran crew, actually.
And we are ready to go now. They spotted actually at the 14.5-yard line. Great field position and movement. We have our first penalty of the day. Going to cost the Gauchos 5.
You cannot give up free yards. You can't turn the ball over, especially in games like this, especially when you're 0-2. You know, it's nothing that this coaching staff doesn't already know.
Ralston straight ahead. He gets down near the 5-yard line. He's the guy they like in these situations as Ralston plunges straight ahead to pick up a 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and inches, it looks like, unless they decide to measure this. Nope, they're just a little bit short. Now they may measure this. Officials are sending both teams to the sideline, and I'm not exactly sure why. Officials are talking things over. Dominic Bosky with the back judge, Dave Brown. I think they're talking about the time on the clock. There was some confusion about when the clock started and stopped, and now they're trying to get the clock set just right, making things interesting for our scoreboard operator, Matt Fowler, to follow the clock today. Great to see the support for these teams. Student sections are filled. Lots of purple on one side, lots of green and gold on the other. Here comes the Trojans back out on the field. Looks like they're satisfied with things now. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
2nd and inches from the 5-yard line. Situation where we may see Jacob Ralston again.
More mix up.
Talking with both head coaches now. Dominic Bosky has gone to the far side to talk with Rick Christ. I kind of wonder if maybe there was some extracurricular stuff going on between the players. I'm not sure if that was the case. They haven't told the clock operator here at Casa Grande to add any time on the clock, so we're ready to go again now. 2nd and inches from the 5-yard line. Casa trying to stop Petaluma. It's Ralston again, and he is in trouble, but he does get a third effort, 2nd and 3rd effort that time. He was hit near the line by Jaden Bossarge, and then he spun away from him, and he gets the first down. Wow.
Tough running. It's going to be a tough guy all afternoon.
Talked about how tough Jacob Ralston is. Boy, did he show it right there. First and goal. Inside, handoff, not much. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Petaluma, as the Trojans get on the board.
That's what we talked about. You don't want to get in a deficit early on in this game. You gotta keep up your momentum, if any, that you have. And I felt like you had that on your stop when they punted the ball to you, and then they turned it over and give Petaluma all the momentum right back. Just a nice wedge play here. Using the big guys up front, push you in, and aim in for the score.
Ralston once again down inside the goal line. Extra point attempt now coming up for the Trojans. Good penetration. The kick is up. The kick is good by Blomgren. So Petaluma gets on the board first. 7:19 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a break right here and be back with the kickoff. The Trojans lead the Gauchos 7-0.
Or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
So Petaluma takes the early lead. Now Casa Grande, they've only run one offensive play, John, and it was not a good one. They fumbled the football, and that's a good football team takes advantage of those kind of mistakes.
Yeah, right.
Petaluma did right there.
That's what the Trojans did. They just took advantage of that turnover and punched it in. Points off turnover, always something you want to look at in football games. And right now, obviously the Trojans lead that.
Onside kick, and Casa takes it at the 45. That has really become a trend in high school football. Teams onside kick so much. That was Adam Lopez who received it that time, and he didn't really have time to call for a fair catch. He got hit right after he caught the ball. That's tough.
Yeah, again, I don't like the call, but I understand this type of game that's going on and how the game has changed. I like when you have the lead, pin them back. They're struggling on offense already. Why not pin them back deeper and then let your defense get out there and play a little bit rather than give yourself a short side of the field. As a defensive coach, I always hate that, getting a short field to work with. And it just makes things a lot tougher. But we'll see how this defense responds.
So Offerman in the offense back on the field. Leonetti carries this time. Nice hole. Leonetti at the 50. Breaks a tackle there. And it's taken down from behind at the 33-yard line. Nice game.
Yeah, Leonetti's a guy you got to get running early. And when he gets moving, he is quick. And he's got a second gear that not a lot of guys have. It's good to see him healthy running the football here.
19 yards for Leonetti. Offerman has completed 45% of his passes for 216 yards. Here's Fitzgerald carrying, plowing, and he gets to the 31-yard line.
It's interesting to see Casa Grande stacking their receivers. I talked about this earlier in the week with a couple coaches. Petaluma does run cover 3, and what that does is they got to get their hands, their outside linebackers got to get their hands on the receivers to reroute them. And I wondered if Casa would try to do this, knowing that they've done it in the past when they were at Santa Rosa, this staff.
Fitzgerald averages 4.1 yards per carry. Offerman's passed for 216 yards per game. They haven't thrown yet, and here comes Fitzgerald again, and he is nailed at the 31. Nice defense coming up from the bottom of the pile that time. True Overton also in on the tackle that time for the Petaluma defense. There you see that nice run by Leonetti. That was a beautiful run.
This will be an important down here. I expect them to go 4 downs.
Jacob Cybulski was also there. Long pass by Offerman toward the end zone, and incomplete.
What a great
coverage down there by Blomgren. And I thought for a second like they might call him for pass interference, but they don't. And it's going to be 3rd and long. Or 4th and long, I'm sorry, 4th and 7.
I think you go for it here. You obviously onside kicked earlier.
So they are going to go for it. They're in Petaluma territory at the 31, single back with Offerman. 4th and 7.
False start up
and
top.
A little bit of movement. That's going to cost a 5.
You expect them to maybe change their mind here now on whether they're going to go for this or not. Put them at about 4th and 12.
Dominic Bosky, our referee, letting us know that it's going to now be 4th and 12.
Now they're going to punt, which I figured they would do. Pin Petaluma, make them work a little bit.
Decent kick, headed for the sideline. It's going to be close. It hit the pylon, so that will be a touchback. It's about as close as you can get. Well, are they going to call it down there? If it hits the pylon, it's in, right?
I don't know. They're going to discuss it.
Interesting. I don't know where they're going to put this ball.
Yep. Touchback.
It's a touchback. I thought so. I thought if the ball hits the pylon, that's just like if you're trying to run and get in the end zone. You reach out and hit the pylon, that's a touchdown.
Probably couldn't have been a better punt. You know what I mean, David? The only thing they could have done is, I guess, taken a better bounce out of bounds.
So close.
But still going to be great field position for Casa's defense to start, make them go 80 yards.
In the first quarter here of the Egg Bowl, Dave Cox and John Antonio. Game presented today by Golden State Lumber. 1st and 10 for Casa Grande. Pitch out, Justin Turner gets a block from Haggard and gets out to the 27-yard line. That's a 7-yard pickup for Justin Turner, his 2nd carry of the day. He's had a very good year for these Petaluma Trojans so far this year.
Yeah, I think he leads the team in all-purpose yards right now. But the thing is that Petaluma chips away, and they get 3, 4, 7. You know, they kind of chip away at you, and then they're going to get you on a quick, big hitter, and that's what you got to hopefully stop.
2nd and 3. Turner has averaged 64 yards per game. Nice pickup here. That's going to be a 1st down out to the 35-yard line by Jacob Ralston as he picks up 8 more yards. The veer is starting to roll a little bit here. Steve Ellison would be very proud. He might be here today. I don't know. I haven't seen him, but sure he's paying attention. Justin Wolbert has completed 54% of his passes this year for 279 yards. He's thrown 5 touchdowns, a couple interceptions. He's also a very good runner when he keeps the football. He's run for 238 yards this year and 4 touchdowns, and that's exactly what you want in your veer quarterback. Inside handoff, Turner. He bounces it to the outside now, turns the corner, and gets out past midfield. Great move by Turner. The play was designed inside. He went outside, and he picks up 16 more yards for the Petaluma offense.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's what we're talking about. Chip, 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 big play. And here you see, just going to be a quick counter play where he's going to see that defensive end containing on the outside. He's just going to run around him. He knows he's faster than him, runs through a tackle, which is huge, and then gets himself about 15, 16 yards.
Turner averages 8 yards per carry. Wolbert leads the team with 8.5 yards per carry. And all these plays that we see them running sets up the quarterback to keep the ball.
Right.
And usually for a big play.
Right, yeah, and if you're reading off these passing stats, that's a pretty good season in the Petaluma offense.
1st and 10. Whistle blows as they run the ball straight up the middle that time. And they're going to spot it at the 46, so it's a gain of about 3 yards that time.
Let's talk real quick about their pass game. I saw them early on in the season against Santa Rosa, and I was telling a friend of mine that in that game, they started doing things in the second half when they had a big lead, and I felt like they were probably testing out some plays, and they threw the ball a bunch that night. I've never seen a Petaluma ball team throw the ball so much, and I've been on the losing end twice when they threw the football, so I really haven't seen them do as much as they have this year.
2nd and 7, sweep, Turner trying to get around again, but this time he won't. Jack Leonetti meets him there and drops him. Braden Chadwick was also there for Casa Grande, no gain.
That's a great job, just keeping them, stringing them out.
So 3rd and 7 now.
And here's a situation where you think 3rd and 7, they're going to throw the football, but maybe not this offense. They could be thinking 2 down or 4 down territory, although they're pretty shallow in their side of the field, so you just never know.
Big 3rd down and 7 play from the 46-yard line.
Timeout.
And a timeout taken by Petaluma. Here in this first quarter, 2:59 to go, 7-0. And these teams are in separate leagues right now. The Sonoma County League for Petaluma, they look to be a challenger there with Annalee, and I think El Molino is going to make a little noise in that league this year. Casa Grande in the North Bay League, and right now Rancho Cotati and Cardinal Newman are on a big-time roll. Both of those teams look like they are ready to challenge each other for the title this year, and who knows, after that it's kind of wide open.
Yeah, I think the NBL is going to be is going to come down to a 2-team race, and unfortunately the Gauchos see both those teams early this season in league. Back-to-back, as a matter of fact. But once you get through that, they should start gaining a little momentum, as has been the history here. I'll tell you, though, Petaluma looks to be a very good football team. I've seen them a couple times this year. Probably one of the best teams I've seen since back in the day when they did have Ricky Sims, Sean Sullivan, and, of course, Mikey Russell. That was probably the best team I had seen the Trojans play in my time.
So 3rd and 7 after the timeout. Trojans burn their first timeout. Swing pass, wide open, Turner. He's got the first down, and he gets down to the 36-yard line. Nice play call. It's a 10-yard pickup, first down Trojans.
Yeah, part of the problem when you face a team like Petaluma is there's so many different things that they can do with the ball. They'll run option, and now that they have somewhat of a passing game, you'll see here, they string it out, make it look like dive, and get to the running back in the flats. He runs freely for several yards before getting that first down and continue their momentum up the field.
So 1st and 10 Petaluma at the Casa Grande 36. The Trojans lead it 7-0. They capitalized on a Petaluma Trojan or a Casa Grande fumble. Here's Wolbert on the keeper. This is exactly what I talked about. Wide open, 20, 10, gone, touchdown. Justin Wolbert from 36 yards out. The Trojans add to the lead. Big play, Wolbert.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, those are I've told Coach Bronk that when I've talked to him, I've told Frank Giamone, any coaches I've talked to, one of the things you got to stop is momentum and don't get down. Just a quarterback keeper, what we talked about a few minutes ago, this could be dangerous because you start focusing on stop and dive, stop and pitch, and next thing you know, you forget they have a heck of a QB who can run the football also. And now
pretty much untouched that time was Justin Wolbert, as Petaluma now tries to add the point after. Isaiah Blomgren will try and make it 14-0. Good snap. Kick is going to barely make it over, and in fact, it hits the crossbar. 14-0 Petaluma. We'll step aside right here. The Trojans off to a great start here in the Egg Bowl. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Izetta Data and Communications, specializing in data and voice cabling, delivering the highest quality of workmanship and materials. Izetta Data and Communications.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
Once again, I want to thank our broadcast partner for today's game, Golden State Lumber, making this Egg Bowl broadcast possible. And right now, if you're a Petaluma Trojan fan, you're feeling pretty good. You're up 14-0 here in the first quarter. And those memories of 2010, 2011 right now have faded a little bit, John Antonio.
Yeah, no, I know. I think the Trojans have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, which is not unwarranted if you ask me. The Gauchos got to look for some answers offensively. I do like Jance Offerman. I think he's a good quarterback. And
oh my, look out, onside kick, and boy did that take a bounce, but playing it perfectly, Jeremy Bonner. And that wasn't an easy play for him because that ball took a nasty hop.
Yeah, let's go back if I can't, Dave. I want to talk a little bit about the Picasso quarterback, Jance. Last year, as you know, I was on this staff. Jance broke his leg against Napa, and devastating injury, probably one of the worst I've ever seen. And I'm just happy as heck to see him out here on the football field and playing football, because he's not only a good football player, but a great kid.
Here's the touchdown one more time. Wolbert made a beautiful fake.
Yep, that's part
and
of that
then basically
offense.
was untouched the rest of the way. Touchdown. Back to live action. Offerman hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped. Big play for the Petaluma defense, and it's Xavier Kreisdale. That's a loss of 4 back at the 41.
Yeah, part of the thing is when you get down as a team, you're going to do desperate measures to catch up. If you're patient, things are going to happen for you. You just got to stay patient. 14 points is not that big of a deal with 3 full quarters of football left.
Offerman waiting for the snap, low snap. He's going to throw. He's got a man open near the 50. Diving forward is Isaiah Kaplan, and he gets the penalty or the loss yardage back and then some, all the way down to the 49-yard line. So he picked up 11 yards.
Yeah, I spoke with Isaiah Kapelian earlier this week. I coached him last year, and we talked a little bit about this, catching the football and concentrating. You're going to see a decent ball from Jance, maybe underthrown a bit. Isaiah comes back to make the play and get some of those yards back. Now you're looking 3rd and short.
Looking for their first down. Here's Fitzgerald. Haggard chases him down. He's hit right near the first down marker. It looks like he's going to get the spot, however, at the 44, and that'll be a first down as Fitzgerald picks up 4 yards. And finally, Casa Grande gets their first down, and it comes late in this first quarter.
And again, you've got to get Fitzgerald the ball and get you. He runs low, he hits hard, and he gets momentum going. So that's something I know they want to get established early in this game.
From the 44-yard line, twin backs with Offerman. He's throwing deep, far side of the field, and it's a little overthrown, incomplete, intended for Josh Grayson on that far side of the field.
Yeah, just overthrew the ball. Probably not a bad idea here. You know what I mean? Take a shot. If it's not there, just overthrow it.
Offerman now 1 of 3 for 11 yards. Averages over 200 yards a game. They really came out trying to establish the run today, which didn't really work early on for them. So now they're kind of going to the air a little bit. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Gauchos. Delay to Fitzgerald. He spins and gets to the 40. 4 yards for Kenneth Fitzgerald. 6th time he's carried the ball for just 7 yards. So Petaluma is really keying on him and doing a nice job.
Yeah, and of course, right? I mean, you got to pick your poison as an offense and a defense. And right now, what we got going on here? Right now, you know, obviously Petaluma has chose to stop Fitzgerald. They're going to give you some of the easier plays, and that, as a coach, is what you have to figure out: is what are they going to give me, and how am I going to take advantage of it?
So timeout taken here. that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So apparently they were keeping the clock down on the field. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. So we'll take a break right here. 14-0 after 1. Petaluma over Casa Grande. We'll be back to the start of quarter number 2 in just a moment.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
So here we go. Second quarter ready to get underway. A 3rd and 7 for Casa Grande. Very important possession for the Gauchos as they start this second quarter trailing. Offerman to throw. He's got a man. First down. It's Kaplan again down to the 25-yard line. So they pick up 16 yards and they move the chains.
Again, Isaiah Capellion going up and getting the football a little bit overthrown by chance. And Capellion goes up and gets it, attacks the ball, does a great job getting them the yards that they need to keep this ball going. They need a score here. Again, be patient, put your drive together, and don't worry about big plays.
So a big first down there. Pass complete, out in the flat. Nice stutter step move down near the 15-yard line. That's Dominic McHale. And he's close to another first down, depending on the spot. It looks like they've got it. It's 11 more yards. McHale with a big play.
McHale's a great player. He's only just a sophomore. He was a great youth football player. Had a good freshman year last year. And they brought him up to start both sides of the ball this year.
Offerman moving the offense down the field, in the air. 3 first downs now for the Gauchos. Swings it out to Fitzgerald, looking for blocking on the outside. Won't get it, but he makes his own man thing happen, and he gets down inside the 5-yard line. But there's a late penalty marker down near the end zone. Fitzgerald got around the corner, dove inside the 5-yard line, and he may be shaken up. Now he's up now. He was slow to get up at the end of that play, but there was a hanky on the field right near the goal line.
They got a guy down. I think it might be Fitzgerald here. Let's take a look. You know, he gets outside, gets around the corner, tries to use his hand, gets his hand above his head, and probably down to 1. It is Fitzgerald down.
Yeah, he is still down.
This can't be good. He's up, and he's limping. See what they do. The big man has to come off the field. He'd be the choice of mine to punch the ball in here, but we'll see what happens. Here we go.
First and goal now. Leonetti stopped short. Nice defense. Haggard was there with a couple of other guys.
Textbook tackle there by Haggerty. You know, again, when you don't have the big guy that can just pound you, and you got Jack Leonetti who's got speed, and you run him inside, it's a little easier to stop. Jack runs a little high on that one. Jansen's done a good job keeping his composure, leading this team down the field. Fun to see what they call here.
Second and goal. Offerman rolls, throws in and out of the hands of Leonetti in the end zone, and incomplete.
Yeah, you know, talking to this staff early, seeing some of their film from last week, that was a struggle that they've had all year, is catching the football. And I know that was something they wanted to eliminate. They had the jugs machine out all week, but right there, that's a crucial drop. And that puts you at third and goal from about, the 4.
So 3rd and goal.
Petaluma runs a nickel onto the field.
And a timeout taken. Dominic Bosky blowing the whistle. Petaluma on defense wants to talk things over here. 10:35 to go.
Yeah, 12 guys on the field. So Petaluma has to use a timeout because you got 12 on the field in your own end zone.
Yeah, kind of interesting. You hate to burn a timeout in that situation, but that's exactly what they had to do.
Yeah. And they need to stop so they can talk things over. Typically, if you can get them to 4th down, you want to see them line up and then maybe burn a timeout there, but they may have to not be able to do that this time because of this timeout here. This actually is works in Casa's favor because they may be able to quick call 2 plays. I've seen Casa in the past go to a tight bunch set with 3 backs and just try to power the football up the gut. So see what kind of formation Casa comes out in. I expect them to come out in that.
So the timeout, Petaluma trying to stop Casa. Big play right here, a 14-0 lead for the Trojans, and Casa Grande trying to get on the board right here.
Yep.
Any doubt they'll go for it if they don't get it on 4th down? Will they just put points on the board?
They're going to go for it. I don't know that Casa's kicking game has been great this year. So here they are, exactly what I talked about. The 3-back set on toss.
Fitzgerald, big fella, looking for the house, and he's there. Touchdown, Gaucho. Fitzgerald powers his way in from 3 yards out. Casa Grande gets on the board with the touchdown.
Big score for Casa. Keep themselves in this game. He's a hard guy to bring down. So big, so strong. And he just does a great job getting outside, lower his shoulder, which he should be doing. You know, the last few weeks I've seen him run the ball. He tries to run like Barry Sanders. He needs to realize he's more like Jerome Bettis, and he can just run people over.
The kick by Brandon Cotta is up and good. So Casa Grande is alive and well here in the 2017 Egg Bowl. 10:31 to go in the first half. We'll take a break right here and be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Data and Communications, specializing in data and voice cabling, delivering the highest quality of workmanship and materials. Izetta Data and Communications. Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
And ready for the kickoff. A big drive there for Casa Grande as they get on the board for the first time today. Cut that score in half. Very important possession right there for them in terms of the momentum of this football game. Wow, they tried to kick it long that time, and it hits off one of the Trojans. The ball was on the turf. I believe Petaluma recovered. True Overton dove on the football. But boy, a scary moment. He was actually trying to pooch it much deeper, but he kicked it right off one of the Trojans' feet.
Yeah, Casa almost got a big break, but you know who ended up getting the big break is Petaluma. They try to pooch kick it off the guy, end up recovering it with fairly good field position. You know, we've seen scores of both teams in the last few weeks be so high, and it's no wonder that it's so high if you're giving the other team this field position. it's a lot easier to go 60 yards than it is to go 80 yards.
Jacob Ekwall that time kicked that off for Casa Grande. The Trojans back on the attack now. Wolbert, same play he scored on, and this time he picks up just 2 as Casa plays it much better. Zion Kovac was in on the tackle that time after a short gain. 2nd and 8 coming up now for Petaluma.
Again, you know, you have 2 teams that have some confidence in their offense. Apparently that's why they're onsiding. So maybe they'll be going for it on 4th down. You never know. We'll see here as the Trojans come to the line of scrimmage.
Ralston to the 46. Ball might have popped loose there, but it looks like Petaluma is going to hang on. So it's just a gain of a yard that time for Ralston, bringing up a 3rd down. Right now, Casa Grande feeling very confident. They're kind of pinning their ears back and coming after this Petaluma offense.
You really can't feel the momentum change here, and it's changed to Casa's side. Again, early on, we talked about Ralston's issues fumbling the football. I know last week that happened quite a few times, and you know, luckily Petaluma came up with a win. We talk about turnovers being an issue in every game, and something that you want, obviously. And the winner usually leads in the turnover recovery battle. But now the
3rd down and 7. Wolbert to throw. Fires it short of the 1st down, complete at the 49-yard line, caught by Blomgren. Picked up 6 yards on the play, but they're a yard shy.
Yeah, to his backside, rolls out to his backside here. See Ralston, gonna fake the dive. Gonna give him a little bit of time, get some backside. And here you go. And like we just said, 4th down, you know they're gonna try to go for this. You may see a hard count here. Hard when the team's so aggressive like Casa's D-line, and they get on the jump.
Big 4th down, Wolbert keeps, he's got the 1st down, and he gets all the way down to the 41-yard line as he picks up 7 yards on that play, and they will move the chains. Big 1st down for Wolbert.
Does a heck of a job, you know, he can throw the ball, he can run the ball. It's the perfect combo for Rick Chris' offense. Here you go, you see him just take the ball, he's tough. Rick told me he spent some time at Navy this past summer with their offensive coordinator and learned some things. And you know, I know that he is very, very into this triple option offense. And I'll be honest, it really is a fun thing to watch when it gets going.
1st and 10. Ralston hit at the line. Actually, it's not Ralston, but what a great defensive play. Right in the middle by Casa Grande, Josh Grayson. And that was actually Dominic Ayers carrying that time.
Yeah,
he got about a yard, and that's
high.
it.
And Casa did a good job plugging that hole and getting their hands on him. But still, we're looking at 2nd and 8 here. We still got you a couple yards. What's the old saying? 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Got a pretty good spot out of that.
Yeah, he did.
Calling it 2nd and 8. I thought he was stopped for very little, if any gain at all, but he got 2 yards out of that. So they come back out of the huddle now. A little bit of movement. That's going to cost them 5. Jacob Harbert jumped that time. First penalty against the Trojans today. That's going to back them up. The cowbells are out.
Yep.
Can always expect to hear those anywhere in Petaluma, any sport, pretty much.
Felicia is one of the most into-game parents I've ever been around. I love it. And she's always got cowbells or cans full of pennies or whatnot. Jaden, of course, is her son on Casa. Huge supporter, you know, and you can always count on her to make some noise out here. Sometimes hard to concentrate on a game as a fan.
Back them up to a 2nd and 13 now. I formation. Wolbert with play action sets up the screen to Turner. He's got blocking in front. Turner to the 35, slips a tackle at the 30, and gets all the way down to the 26. Great call.
You know, Dave, that's something I was thinking to myself just a few minutes ago. I wonder if they got a screen game at all, and then we go see a screen to the backside. Beautiful play how they set that up.
20-yard pickup,
and
first
he's
down.
wide open, and he's just free to run. This kid can run the football. Justin Turner, senior. Look for him to be a really big star in the SBL.
First down, Petaluma. 7 first downs now for the Trojans. Ralston straight ahead. Gets a couple of yards, and that's it. Nice job in the middle of that defense by Braden Chadwick. He's been very active early on. Not easy to stop this Petaluma offense when they get that first down play for 3. Then it just sets the whole thing up.
Right, yeah, I mean, exactly. We just said it, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. If you can give me 3rd and 1, and we're averaging 3 yards a carry, we're never going to have to punt. And obviously, Rick's not thinking about punting the ball at all now, of course, but even when they're down closer to 50, he has that much confidence in his offense.
2nd and 7. Walbert has a man wide open at the 15-yard line. That's Riley Wisman.
Again, I have never seen a Rick Christ or Coach Ellison team throw the ball as much as they do. And I'm falling in love with the offense. Like, here we go, we're gonna see it. He's just gonna always fake the dive, right? Throws the ball right on the middle on a tight end pop pass. But, again, I like the offense. I think it creates a lot of, obviously, distraction and misdirection stuff. And so you really don't know who to concentrate on. You do play assignment football on the defense, but this is it's becoming tough to stop.
7 yards and another first down. Ralston stuffed at the line. Nothing doing there as the Casa Grande defense playing very tough in the middle. It was Josh Grayson again who met him head on.
One of the things about this type of offense is it usually takes a couple weeks to get rolling, and once they do get rolling, it's hard to stop.
That's actually Ian Mifsud right there that made that play. Great play in the middle of the defense.
Cool to see the bands out here, both of them kind of dueling.
2nd and a little less than 10. Man in motion. Ball's on the ground. It's kicked forward. Still loose. Casa thinks they've got it at the 10. It would be a huge play if they do. Casa takes over. Wow. Coming up with the football was Chadwick. Teams are now even with a turnover apiece.
Yep, again, we talked about it earlier. Turnovers are going to kill you. Now you got Casa with a little bit more momentum here. Ball just hits him in the leg and takes a bad bounce for Petaluma right into Casa's hand. Now, if you're talking about placed on the field, not a bad spot for the Petaluma defense to turn the ball over. But, you really want to see a score, obviously.
Enough time for a drive here for Casa Grande as they will try to tie this game up going into the break. 4 minutes, and they are 88 yards away from tying the score. Kenneth Fitzgerald stopped by Luke Haggard. A couple of real good football players going at each other right there, and it's a gain of 2.
Yeah, keep your feet moving if you're Kenneth Fitzgerald. I know that he's a little bit banged up as he comes off the field here. But in a game like this, keep your feet rolling. We need you on the field.
2nd down. Offerman to throw. Slant, complete, first down. Kaplan out to the 31-yard line. 16 yards, nice play.
Yeah, Isaiah Capella again on the catch. He seems to be their main target. He's doing a great job catching the ball. Yeah, you'll see him here. You'll see Jets gonna get the ball, get rid of it quick on the post route. Get yourself first down and you're moving the football.
Kaplan has been the favorite target. Movement. Looks like Petaluma might have moved a little bit early. Were they drawn off? Doesn't look like it. 2nd penalty of the day.
Here you go. You got 1st and 5 now. That's your own 35. I'm sorry, it's Petaluma 35.
See Rick Chris not too pleased about that right now. Big game. The Egg Bowl always brings a lot of heat, but the fact that Casa Grande is looking for their first win of the year, that makes it even bigger. Handoff in the middle, a little bit short of the first down. Taking the handoff that time for the Gauchos was Brandon Cotta. And he was stopped just short. Luke Haggard in on the tackle, as always.
Yeah, you're going to see that. Same names, obviously. Especially against a team like Petaluma, you're going to see the same Casa defender names, but with Petaluma knowing that Casa's going to run the ball a little bit more, you're going to have some of the same names out here making tackles.
Haggard, one of the few linemen from the Sonoma County League that made all YSN last year. Second down and short now. Fake it to Cotta. Offerman has the first down as he shows that he can run the ball as well.
Yeah.
And he picks up 7 yards and a first down.
Yeah, last year, I remember thinking that Offerman was our best football player that we had until he got hurt. I thought he could play both sides of the ball, multiple positions. And yes, he can run. And again, like I said, I couldn't say it enough. I'm glad to see him back on the field. Just a great kid.
Clock under 2 minutes now. Fitzgerald, and he gets out. Did he get out? Nope, the clock's continuing to roll. He picked up a couple yards on that far side of the field.
Yeah, huge drive for Casa here. 1:44 left. They can get in the end zone, or at least even get 3 points. They get the ball back at the end of at the next half, so that'll be huge for them as far as momentum goes.
Second down. Offerman batted down by Haggard at the line. What a play by the big fella.
Yeah.
Luke Haggard, 6'6", 220. He's a senior.
Yeah, he's a heck of a football player, and that helps. Especially with Offerman being as short as he is. It's probably his only downfall, if any, is that he's shorter. And so you got to do things like sprint pass, get him outside the pocket to throw the football.
Let's go, Casa, 1 minute left. You got
Doesn't hurt you. You don't turn it over. It's now 3rd and long.
Looking deep, a little overthrown, incomplete. That stops the clock.
They're going to punt it away here. Rightfully so. Probably a good call.
4th down. They are going to punt. Clock at 1:02.
Not a great
High
punt.
kick straight up in the air. Boy, they're not going to get much net out of this.
Yeah. Yes. Uh-oh, we got a flag, too.
And there is a penalty marker down.
I want to say that's against Petaluma.
Heading toward halftime here. Flag landed on that far side of the field. Let the officials straighten this out. It's 14-7. It's been a good first half. Well played. 1 turnover apiece.
Wow, we get the wave rolling through here.
There's Dominic Bosky. Sideline warning. And then that's going to go against Petaluma. So that was on that far side of the field.
Yeah.
So the Trojans will take over at the 40 with just a minute to go. See if they try for a big play and add to the lead, or are content with a 7-point lead heading into the locker room.
Yeah, there's two ways to look at this. I mean, they've wasted timeouts in this game, so do you kind of hold on to it and hope that you can stop them on the first drive in the second half, or do you kind of go for it? I think the first 2 plays maybe take a shot.
Wolver with a mix-up in the backfield. Fullback went the other way, and he's taken down by Sebastian Reyes. No gain that time for Wolbert. Sebastian Reyes, 5'11", 275. He's had a good game so far. Second down. Wolbert's going to throw. Looking deep, and he had a man, Turner, but he just threw it a little bit long. Turner had a step on his man. Might have been a big play.
You watch them come back to that here. maybe in a different form, but he had him beat.
There's 32 seconds remaining in this half.
A lot of people here. That's good. That's a good sign.
3rd and 10. Wolbert straight back to pass. Looking deep. Overthrown and incomplete. Far side of the field. 4th down. That time intended for Isaiah Blumgren. 4 of 7 for 43 yards, Justin Wolbert. .7 seconds left. Not out of the woods just yet here as far as this first half goes. Looking forward to some great halftime entertainment here at Casa Grande High School. High snap. End over end kick. Bounces at the 25, and it's going to die right about there. So Casa Grande with under 25 seconds to go now in this first half. And I imagine we'll just see the Gauchos take a knee at this point. Looks like the Trojans will take the lead here in the Egg Bowl going into the half. Barring a big play right here by Casa Grande or a turnover. Offerman did send guys deep that time, but looked like the receiver on the near side, Kaplan, moved just a little bit early. League play starting next week in both the NBL and SCL. Petaluma and Annalee. It's like they're going to go at it again this year, and I'm throwing El Molino's name into the ring a little bit. I think they're much improved this year. Piner's not bad. They had a nice win last week, come from behind victory.
Yeah, you know, anybody in that league could really win it. I mean, it's not to say that Annalee's down or up or whatnot, but it seems a little bit more parity this year than in the past.
1st and 15 after the penalty. Looking deep. Oh my, tipped and then almost caught by Kaplan behind the defense. Stops the clock with 16 seconds to go. Almost connected on that.
Well, they almost connected with Petaluma, and they almost tipped the ball to the Casa receiver, which he had a free run if he had caught it. That's what gets scary about trying to take shots.
16 seconds to go in the first half. Casa Grande with the football, trailing by 7. Low snap. Offerman hands it, throws far side, trying to connect and get out of bounds with Jack Leonetti, and it is incomplete again. 12 seconds to go. It's been a long final minute.
Yeah, they're going to try to drag this one out. I mean, the Petaluma-Montgomery game, I believe, probably ended like 3 days later. They threw the ball so much in that game.
Oh, my goodness, that was a long game.
Yeah.
Long, cold August night.
Yeah. It could have been the following week when it was 90 at, 10:30.
So they finally do take a knee. (14-7) at the half. It is Petaluma leading this one. That turnover on near the goal line was probably the biggest play of the first half. That enabled Petaluma to get an easy score. After that, the game's been fairly even.
Yeah, it's been a good game so far. Kind of expected, to be honest with you. I think that, if you look at what both teams will do in the second half, I don't think either team could go in happy with what's happened so far. But Petaluma still has the lead, and it's going to be fun to see how the adjustments are made at the halftime and what they do differently in the second half.
Teams heading to the locker room. Petaluma up 14-7 here in the 2017 Egg Bowl presented by Golden State Lumber. We'll take a break right here and be back with more from Casa Grande High School in just a moment.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service, a local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
You've worked hard to create a good life for you and your family. Protecting what you've earned is important. At George Peterson Insurance Agency, our local agents work with you to make sure your home and belongings are protected from potential risks. When it comes to you and your family, we're committed to providing you with the right insurance for your needs. We work hard to ensure that your risks are covered, so you can focus on what's most important. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
Half hour, I think probably.
We're at the half here, and let's check out the Casa Grande cheerleaders on the field. Now we're going to have a combined routine by both schools, so this will be kind of interesting. Both Casa Grande and Petaluma cheer squads will be combining to entertain the crowd here at halftime. So there you have it. Great halftime routine put on by the cheerleading squads. We'll take another break right here and be back with some highlights of the first half of play and the start of the third quarter here in the Egg Bowl. It's 14-7, Petaluma over Casa Grande here at the half.
Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Izetta Data and Communications, specializing in data and voice cabling, delivering the highest quality of workmanship and materials. Izetta Data and Communications. Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
At George Peterson Insurance, we support the communities we serve and live in. You'll find us helping out at the Boys and Girls Club and Sonoma Humane Society, collecting food for the Redwood Empire Food Bank, and more. It's our goal to make our neighborhoods a better place. We're invested in your success. For over 75 years, George Peterson Insurance has been serving our communities and customers with top-notch service and competitive pricing. Find out what we have to offer. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
And we are back here at the half, 14-7. Petaluma over Casa Grande. Dave Cox and John Antonio bringing the action today in the 2017 Egg Bowl. Great to have this game back here in Petaluma, and I know everybody is super excited about it. And so far, a very well-played game, John.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we could say well played. I'd say there's been some sloppiness on both sides of the ball, but definitely almost like when both teams are afraid to strike and, you know, just trying to chip away. I'd say right now so far Petaluma's been lucky that their turnovers have not resulted in any scores, where Casa, you can't say the same for them. So right now, you know, it's going to be a great second half. Petaluma's got a kick to the Gauchos. We'll see if they onside.
We're going to take a look at some of the highlights from the first half of play here from the Egg Bowl. Starts off with Petaluma. They get a couple touchdowns early on and take the lead, and then Casa after that was able to stay in the game and get a touchdown to get some momentum back.
Right. Just a wedge play up the gut. They're bread and butter trying to get him in the end zone. They do, and that's what puts them on top.
So the early score, that was after the turnover
that
led to that. And then it was Justin Wolbert and the offense making things happen. Here's Justin Turner. It was a great run around the end.
Right, yeah. And again, that saved the drive here, and it gets them in position to score ultimately. So those are the keys that you got to focus on. Plays that set up scoring plays, which right here we're going to see.
Wolbert was able to make some noise in the air. He completed enough passes for 43 yards, and Justin Turner doing it both on the ground and as a receiver has been a big weapon so far. But Wolbert really made it happen with his legs right here. Great play fake. Everybody went for the dive, and he was wide open.
Right, and I don't think that we're giving enough credit to Wolpert's play. I think he's doing a good job at allowing this Trojans team to march down the field, and obviously he can run a football.
Casa Grande trying to get the ball going on the ground early on. That didn't work out that well, so Justin Ufferman went to kind of plan B and was able to engineer a scoring drive in the air.
Yeah, Jance does a good job. Again, he throws a little bit behind him, but Capellian comes back, makes a play on it, get them in position to continue the drive.
Second quarter now. This is Fitzgerald, who ended up getting the ball down inside the 5-yard line. He was shaken up, but we'll see how if he's able to play in the second half. He's a big part of this team on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, ultimately, Kenneth Fitzgerald comes back in the game and punches it in on a tight set here, on just a sweep play where they try to get as much momentum as they can upfield and punch the ball in and get it to 14-7 here. And I think we're about to see an exciting second half. You know, I don't know that if Casa can make this an even game, then I think it's a toss-up. If Petaluma comes out and scores, you put the Gauchos in a pretty deep hole that I don't know that they can come back from.
So that's the story here at the half, waiting for the teams to make their way back out on the field as we get ready for the second half of play here in the 2017 Egg Bowl. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
You've worked hard to create a good life for you and your family. Protecting what you've earned is important. At George Peterson Insurance Agency, our local agents work with you to make sure your home and belongings are protected from potential risks. When it comes to you and your family, we're committed to providing you with the right insurance for your needs. We work hard to ensure that your risks are covered, so you can focus on what's most important. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
At George Peterson Insurance, we support the communities we serve and live in. You'll find us helping out at the Boys and Girls Club and Sonoma Humane Society, collecting food for the Redwood Empire Food Bank, and more. It's our goal to make our neighborhoods a better place. We are invested in your success. For over 75 years, George Peterson Insurance has been serving our communities and customers with top-notch service and competitive pricing. Find out what we have to offer. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
And we're ready for the second half to get underway. Casa Grande will be receiving the kickoff. First half stats: Petaluma ran for 106, threw for 43, 149 total, 8 first downs, 1 turnover. Casa Grande 57 on the ground, 54 in the air, but managed just 4 first downs and a total of 111 yards and 1 turnover. So the teams had 1 turnover apiece.
Yeah, I mean, stats, you can look at the stats. Right now, the only stat I'm really concerned about is, the stat of who's winning this ball game right now. We can basically throw those out the window at this point. We'll talk about 2 key stats: turnovers and running the football. And right now, the team winning the game has scored off the turnovers that they've got, and they're also leading on the ground game.
Casa will have the football first. Kenneth Fitzgerald dropping back deep with Isaiah Kaplan. See if Petaluma actually kicks one deep, kind of short range one in the middle. Scooped up on a couple of hops and then dropping to a knee that time for Casa Grande was Zion Kovac. So the quarterback, Jance Offerman, will bring his offense back out on the field. They really tried to establish the run, but they weren't able to do that much. So they threw a little bit more, and Jance Offerman was 4 of 10 for 55 yards in that first half, but he went on kind of a little roll on that one drive where he completed 2 or 3 passes.
Right, yeah, and Jance can get in a roll here. At halftime, I'm sure they went in and made some adjustments, talked about what they see is open. Against this cover 3 team, I would expect them to run a few more vertical routes than they have been in the past in the first half.
2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. They'll run it in the middle. Leonati getting out to the 30 to the 32-yard line to pick up a 4 yards on first down. He carried just once for 19 yards in the first half. Fitzgerald carried 10 times for 25 yards. Brandon Cotta had 1 carry for Casa Grande. So right now Fitzgerald is not in the game. Leonati is the single back right now, so we'll have to assume that Fitzgerald is still shaken up. Even though he was on the kick return team, they're using him in different spots.
Right, and I think, one of the issues is that, Kenneth, he's
lined up a wide receiver right now, so they just put him out in a slot position.
Yes. Yeah, so I knew they were going to try to do that this week. They talked about putting him in the slot position. Believe it or not, he's probably got the best hands on this football team. He makes spectacular one-hands in practice that frustrate coaches, or one-handed catches that frustrates coaches. You like to see him get two hands on the ball. I came to practice on Wednesday, and he's running corner routes, making one-handed catches that, I just looked at him and said, didn't we always tell you two hands?
Third down after Offerman kept himself. This pass is incomplete and almost intercepted by Eric Diaz. So Casa goes 3 and out on their first possession of the second half. Garrett Freitas will drop back deep. Again, he had a couple of big returns against Montgomery. Actually 3. One he didn't get all the way to the end zone, but he set up their first score on the opening kickoff of the season. Offerman is going to kick this one. And another kick off the side of the foot. Casas had trouble with that punting game. He gets a really nice roll out of this. And that is where Justin Wolbert and the Petaluma offense will take over. Wolbert, who had a lot of success running the football in the first half, he had 6 carries for 55 yards. As you see, Justin Wolbert right there in the air. Not bad as well. He completed 4 of 7 for 33 yards.
Expect a heavy dose of the fullback here on this drive. Again, good field position for them.
Straight ahead, Ralston to the 43. Taken down by Reyes. Sebastian Reyes has had a lot of tackles so far in this game. As Ralston picks up a couple yards. 30 yards on 10 carries now for the Petaluma fullback. Decent field position here for the Trojans, leading by a touchdown. It's been a while since they scored.
Yeah.
Have to go way back to the first quarter. So Casa Grande's defense has adjusted and done a pretty good job of shutting down the Veer since then.
Yeah, they have, and that's something that Petaluma probably is regretting not scoring more in the first half. Obviously, I thought it was going to lead to a lot more scoring.
Wolbert keeps and is hit head on. Nice tackle by Chadwick out at the 49-yard line. A 5-yard pickup is going to bring up 3rd and 3.
Nice job by Chadwick, but you're going to see Jack Leonetti come in with the final hit from his safety position and deliver it a little bit high on him, but stopped his momentum completely.
Let's go. Stop right here, boys. Come on now.
Casa Grande defense trying to come up with a stop. Ralston the single back. Fake it to him, throw it over the middle, a little bit low. He was hit right when he let go of the football. Wisman was the intended receiver, but getting good penetration right up the middle that time was Chadwick, and Wolbert had to hurry his throw.
Yeah, we'll see what the Trojans are going to do. It looks like they're going to punt the ball away.
Might be tempting to go for it here near midfield. Their defense has been solid. If you force Casa to drive a long field, you've got a pretty good chance of stopping them, and it looks like that's what they have decided to do.
Yeah, Casa, at first they didn't believe they were going to punt it.
Nick Ayers to kick it. Nice kick. Booms this one over the head of the receiver, and unfortunately kicks it all the way into the end zone. A 51-yard kick, net 31 because they'll get it out at the 20-yard line, but very nice kick by Ayers. So Casa taking back over now, still trailing by a touchdown. See if they can get their offense going.
They got to get some first downs here, and they've really got to get some momentum back on their side.
Single back now. It is Fitzgerald who takes the pitch. And Fitzgerald gets out to the 22-yard line where he's taken down by Eric Diaz. You got a pretty good spot out of that. They're going to spot this all the way to the 24. So a 4-yard pickup for Fitzgerald on first down, his 11th carry.
Yeah, they're just trying to get him outside. again, talk about momentum as a runner, you know, staying low, delivering a big blow, keep your feet moving. And that's the type of runner he is.
Second down. Pass is complete. First down yardage. Nice move by Josh Grayson as he gets out to the 41-yard line. 17-yard pickup. First down, Casa Grande.
Yeah, Casa's moving the ball. They're getting a little bit of mojo back as they get the ball to Josh Grayson, who's got good hands, makes a play, tries to get outside, sees it's closed, goes back to where all the dudes are, and still gets a few more yards after catch.
Tackle by Derek Palmy. Throw, caught again near midfield, short of the first down. As Casa Grande gets it going on the ground a little bit here. I mean, in the air a little bit here, as that was caught again by Grayson.
Yeah, again, we talked about focusing on one thing. Sorry.
Kaplan.
We talked about focusing on stopping the run game, and it's really opening up the pass game for Casa.
$80 yards now in the air for them. And this is going to be a first down. Leonetti to the 47. Nice second effort. First down, Casa Grande.
Leonetti lost the ball a little bit early on in the carry, but was able to maintain possession of it. You see it right here. He's going to like lose it on that hit. Has to adjust it. Able to hold on to it. Luckily, he's strong enough to hold on to the ball. First down.
Offerman complete. No, it's dropped by McHale. McHale, very good sophomore. Tried to take off a little early that time, and it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's another guy you want to get the football because he can make moves on the field. Just a little bit of a snafu there. He'll get back he'll get back into his rhythm and get the ball into his hands as somebody you should try to at least.
2nd and 10. Fitzgerald straight ahead, breaks a tackle, and gets decent yardage down near the 40-yard line.
Again, I like proving myself right. You got to get that guy the football. Run up the gut with him. He's a good runner. He runs hard, but he does have speed to get him outside. But right there, he's proven it's hard to pull this guy down. I mean, you see how many tacklers he has. It reminds me of when we played preseason against Casa when I was at Pioneer. And Elijah Qualls literally carried 11 of my defenders 50 yards for a score.
Tight formation here as they come up to the line. Short yardage. Fitzgerald again. He'll have the first down. Fitzgerald almost stripped of the ball, but he hangs on. Ayers tried to get the ball out of his hands, but takes him down at the 26. Ends up being a 14-yard pickup. First down.
Yep, again, you got to get him in his rhythm. He looks like he's starting to feel comfortable here. He just keeps those big legs moving. Hard to stop. You're not going to stop him with just your arm tackles.
Short yardage situation. John Riggins back in the Super Bowl almost broke that for the touchdown. Casa going to stick with the short yardage offense right now, but now Fitzgerald goes in motion. Interesting. He's in one-on-one coverage out there. Fitzgerald has it over the shoulder. What a catch. Inside the 10 at the 9. 17 yards, first and goal.
I tell you, I really think he's got the best hands on the team. He has, if you look at him, he's got really small hands, but you see here, he just can look at the football, track it down. There's a great over-the-shoulder pass by Offerman, and to get within scoring position here.
Pretty good coverage by Blumgren, but just a terrific throw by Offerman. It's like there's a penalty at the end of the play. Wow, that one's coming back. I didn't see the flag down at all until way after the play. Dominic Bosky, our referee, will straighten this out. It's an illegal shift. Boy, that's an interesting call.
So let's talk about this real quick. On the replay, I didn't catch it, but did he come forward on the motion? I didn't see it. It sure didn't look that way to me. I don't know what shift they're talking about.
Yeah, because he was the only motion man, for sure. First and 15 after the penalty.
Wow. shoot yourself in the foot. You go from being first and goal literally to now first and 20, maybe 23 probably. But you got to calm down here. You got to give yourself a little bit of breathing room.
Back-to-back penalties against the Gauchos.
You know, it's something that Casa really hasn't had a problem with, penalties, if you look at their stats. Neither has Petaluma.
Fitzgerald hit at the line. Does manage to get some yardage out of that, but a pretty good job by Petaluma. Ayers was there. Also in on the tackle was Trey Davis. As Fitzgerald ends up picking up about 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, he's down. He's rolling off the field here. He looks like he's banged up. He cramps real often, so it looks like maybe that's what he's dealing with. You know, these day games, that's something also that you got to think about, is making sure these kids get enough water throughout the week. You got 5 days of practice, so when you're not used to it, it becomes an issue later in games. When we were at Pioneer, we used to love playing our Saturday day games because teams would come in and think they'd have the lead on us, and we always knew the second half we can come back because they're going to putter out.
So second and about 17 yards to go here.
Not a good position to have your big guy out of the game here. I really like seeing Fitzgerald in the slot when they had him there. I think it really creates a mismatch on a linebacker.
Offerman throwing deep, far side of the field. Incomplete. Man. Nice defense. Eric Diaz. Kaplan was the intended receiver.
Yeah, Capellan got to fight for that ball a little bit more, but he is a good receiver. He probably does just about as good a job as you can do. The DB now, he's got to fight back, as you see here. Both have big eyes. Somebody's got to come down with that ball.
So it was a first and goal at the 9. Now a 3rd and 17 from their own 32-yard line. See if they can at least get a chunk of this back and put themselves in a position to get the first down on 4th down. If not, get it right here. Offerman throwing a little high, tip, but then caught, and it's a touchdown. In and out of the hands of Trey Davis. Capellan ends up with the ball. Touchdown, Casa Grande, and they have a chance to tie the game.
Hey, when luck is on your side, you got to take it. This ball travels. It looks like it's a clear pick. And Isaiah Capellan does a great job just concentrating on that ball, seeing it through the DB's hands, in for the score.
Wow, what a play.
He's got a clear pick. I think Trey Davis gets big eyes here. Stops his feet. Here comes the football. And he just doesn't get it in his hands, and it goes right through it. Capellan's hands.
Kick is up and good, so just like that, it's 14-14 in the Egg Bowl. We'll take a break right here and be back with the kickoff. 5:31 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Izetta Data and Communications, specializing in data and voice cabling, delivering the highest quality of workmanship and materials. Izetta Data and Communications. Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber. Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
So a big drive there, huge play on 3rd and 17. They end up getting a touchdown, and we are all tied up at 14-14 here in the Egg Bowl. Deep kick, Freitas will get a chance. Garrett Freitas out past the 25-30, and he's taken down at the 34-yard line. Pretty good job covering that time for Casa Grande. Freitas is so dangerous. That was Jeremy Bonner bringing him down. So now we'll see if Petaluma can answer. It's been a long time since they've got their offense going. They scored twice in the first quarter. Since then, it's been all Casa Grande.
Yeah, it looks like clearly Casa made the right adjustments. And you know, a little bit of his getting lucky like that play there for the score. So Petaluma's just got to kind of stick to their game plan that they had in the first quarter and get back on track.
First and 10 Trojans. Justin Turner takes the pitch. Turner taken down for a loss. Nice play.
Great job by Josh Grayson there.
Grayson
stringing it out and getting the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, no gain there. Trojans back up to the line now. Just under 17 minutes of football left to go here. Penalty marker just before the snap.
False start.
Going to cost Petaluma 5. Their third penalty of the football game. And right now, Casa has a lot of momentum. If they can come up with a quick stop right here, they'll be in a pretty good position to take the lead.
Right, yeah, you get the ball back. You know, your defense gets a good stop here. It's important before you get that ball back. You know, again, we can talk about momentum until we're blue in the face, but right now, again, it's turned into Casa's direction. Petaluma scramble a little bit on their sideline, but again, team's got to relax. You still have a lot of football left to play.
Second and 15. Turner trying to turn the corner, can't do it. Casa catches up with him and brings him down. Nice play in the open field by Josh Garcia. Also there was Adam Lopez. 6 yards on the play, 3rd and 9.
It looks like Casa's got another guy down here on the sideline. It might be Jack Leonetti. Coming up, there it is.
And he may have been in on that tackle as well. Leonetti holding his arm. Fitzgerald is getting attention on the sideline also. Third and 9. Through the hole. Big play, first down and a whole bunch more, all the way down to the 33-yard line. Dominic Ayers, what a play.
Yeah, huge hitter right there, momentum killer. You know, you got to put stops on that, and that's what happens when you get two of your key guys are down. You know, you got to get your backups in. Just a dive, really, Dave. All you see is a belly, and he's going to get you the yardage you need, plus some, and give you the momentum back now.
Great run by Ayers, 28 yards on the play. First down, Petaluma. Their 9th first down of the game. .27 to go now in this third quarter. Leonetti's coming back on the field, shaking his arm a little bit. They missed him on that last play. Dominic Bosque signals the clock to roll. 14-14 here in the Egg Bowl. Crowd making noise here on the Casa Grande side. Stands are packed, standing room only. Ayers again, and he squirts through to the 32-yard line as he picks up 5 more yards.
You know, Petaluma just looks like they have some athletes that have some size to them too, like Fitzgerald and Leonetti, hard guys to bring down. you got tough-nosed football players running that dive. It's hard to stop. And, you know, if they're getting their 3-4 yards, they can march up and down the field just on dives alone.
2nd and 5.
Another thing, you know, Petaluma feels like this is their year, you know, and that's huge when you feel that it's your time and you get some momentum this early in the season.
Ayers, 3rd time in a row straight ahead. He's going to be close to the first down as their offensive line is really blowing Casa Grande off the ball right now. It's going to be 3rd and 1. That was just all offensive line that time.
Yeah. Fitzgerald really walking gingerly on the sideline. I don't know that we're going to see him come back.
No doubt 4-down territory if they don't get it here. Interestingly enough, Ayers has done the bulk of the damage from the fullback position. Wolbert keeps, and he's got the first down. Wolbert down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
You know, I feel like Casa has done a good job defensively, you know, staying in this game and you know, just some minor breakdowns that give Petaluma either first downs or their few scores that they have. You know, we got to think back about that turnover that Casa had that allowed Petaluma to get their first score.
16 yards for Wolbert. 1st and 10, Petaluma at the 10-yard line. I formation behind Wolbert. Turner. And down to the 15-yard line. 3 more yards as that offensive line continues to push forward. Petaluma trying to retake the lead as we wind down the 3rd quarter. Under 20 seconds to go. That may be the final play of the 3rd quarter. As Petaluma hustles up to the line. See if they get it off. They will not. That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. So Casa Grande ties the game. We've completed 3 here at the Egg Bowl in Casa Grande. We'll be back with the start of quarter number 4 in just a moment.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
You've worked hard to create a good life for you and your family. Protecting what you've earned is important. At George Peterson Insurance Agency, our local agents work with you to make sure your home and belongings are protected from potential risks. When it comes to you and your family, we're committed to providing you with the right insurance for your needs. We work hard to ensure that your risks are covered, so you can focus on what's most important. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
Yeah, but then the clock doesn't work. All right, we started the 4th quarter, 14-14. And Petaluma facing a 2nd and about 7 from the 16-yard line. See if they can keep this drive going. Justin Wolbert engineered a very nice drive here. Ralston, big hole, right side. Ralston at the 5, spins and gets down to the 1. A 15-yard pickup. Ralston's first carry in quite some time, and it's a good one.
Yeah, they finally got him the ball again.
Took a big hit near the goal line.
But there. Wolbert sees the DN step outside, gives the ball to Ralston, and he makes a great play out of it, gets him down to about the 5-yard line.
1st and goal.
Or actually, I'm sorry, the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he got down. They spotted him actually at about the 2. 15-yard pickup for Ralston. They like to give him the ball right here in short yardage situations. They do. Ralston digging. Is he in? Not quite.
Down.
Inches short. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Casa defense hanging on for dear life right here as we start this 4th quarter. They battled from 2 touchdowns down to tie the game. Now they'll try and get another stop. Big pile you see there near the goal line, but the whistle blew.
I don't know that you can get any closer to the goal line than where it is now.
Nose of the football is right on the stripe. 2nd and goal, Trojans, as they try and retake the lead. Ayers, right side, and he hasn't been signaled in yet either. He's going to be just short.
Wow, what a
3rd
stop.
and goal. Wow, nice job in the middle of that defense, Braden Chadwick.
Yep, just they get a good stop. They stop his feet, you know what I mean?
Chadwick was there. Sebastian Reyes, he went low that time. No gain on the play. 3rd and goal.
Rush to the line of scrimmage. You got 2 backs up to the right.
Ralston, I don't think he got in. The whistle blew. He ended up in the end zone, but the whistle blew before that. Wow. Great stop. Coming up was Jaden Basarge. He was in on that tackle. Bunch of other green jerseys there. Zion Kovac. No gain for Ralston.
What a stop. Again, I don't know that you
4th and goal. They're going for it, no doubt about that. They've run straight into the line 3 times in a row. Ralston is the single back this time. Casa bringing everybody up, and Ralston carries and gets in easily that time. Nice read by Wolbert, and Ralston squirts through almost untouched.
Yeah, you know, when you start stacking the box up the middle, you almost wonder if Petaluma's setting them up for that, that they're going to dive, and they're going to hit them on the outside. Wolbert, I don't even know that's a read. I think it's just a straight-up dive through an outside hole.
Only one defender out there, and he was blocked, so Petaluma retaking the lead now.
Fitzgerald's still off the sideline, limping.
Blomgren will try and add the point. And this time he comes up a little short, so they'll have to settle for 6. But the Trojans do take the lead. It's 20-14 Petaluma. Under 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. We'll take a break right here and be back with the kickoff. Casa Grande will try and retake the lead when we come back.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
So a great drive right there by Petaluma as they come back and retake the lead after Casa had scored. It's 20-14, and we're set up for a great finish here.
Right, yeah, they're trying to give us as much drama as they can. The return of the Egg Bowl, all these people here, they obviously want to see an ending that's movie light.
Daxton Hoygia will kick this one off. It's dribbled, and then at the 26, Kovac falls on it. These teams use a lot of different kickers. I've seen like 5 different kickoff guys today.
Yeah, no, you know, Casa, speaking with Brett Matthews, their special teams coach, been here for years. I talked to him during the week. He told me that they just don't have that guy, and so they use a lot of different guys to kick the ball off. They'll kick the ball at different locations. No one wants to kick the ball deep to either team. So, what we're going to see is no one wants to kick to Fitzgerald, and no one wants to kick to Freitas. So both teams are going to do things differently as far as getting the ball to the return guys.
Straight ahead, Fitzgerald, big hole. Fitzgerald out past the 40, and he gets out to the 44-yard line. 13-yard pickup, first down.
Ankle's not looking too bad now.
Yeah, they were doing a lot of work on him on the sidelines, and he seemed like he was better.
And they taped it up, then they took the cleat off and retaped it.
First down, Gauchos. Big hole. It's Offerman carrying himself that time, and he's close to another first down to the 43. 9-yard pickup for Jance Offerman, the quarterback.
Jance it's just a designed run for him to follow Kenneth. That's the lead blocker.
Second and 1. Offerman spins. He may be very close. They may have to measure this. He got a yard out of that. 19 yards on 5 carries for Offerman today.
Not sure on that spot. I thought he got a first down. I'm going to measure this.
Looks like Dominic Bosky may call for a measurement right here. Chain crew bringing him out. They had a hard time finding a chain crew for the JV game. It's going to be 3rd and inches. Just a tiny bit short on that one.
You got plenty of time here, 8 minutes.
Setting ourselves up for what could be a fantastic finish in the 2017 Egg Bowl.
Which I would assume will be played at Petaluma High next year at their new facilities.
Yeah, they're getting that all set up. Over the top, the football is fumbled. Oh my goodness, it pops into the hands of Eric Diaz. Diaz bringing it back the other way. And he gets down to the 44, a late flag down. There was a hit at the end. Boy, going up over the top, and the ball just popped out of his hands. He had the first down easily, and it bounced right to Ayers.
Yeah.
What a play.
You got a little excitement on the sideline over there. The Gauchos popping that ball out. I didn't see who had the carry, Dave. I know it was an up back. I just didn't see who carried the football.
Petaluma crowd feeling pretty good about that play.
There we go. They rush the sideline. Sometimes that's a problem you have. You're in a hurry. You got plenty of time. We just talked about it, and it was Brandon Cota on the carry that just. They got a helmet on the ball. Unfortunately, it turned over.
So Petaluma takes back over now. The chance to do some serious damage. Right now, they can eat some clock, and if they put points on the board right now, it'll be very difficult for Casa Grande to come back. They're going to add on to the end of the play as well, 15 more yards.
He suplexed them. If anybody's watched wrestling before, he suplexed them. And
suplexed them?
Yeah.
Not familiar with the suplex.
We can talk to Kinago next door. He's probably familiar with it.
First and 10, Petaluma. Wolbert, late pitch. Turner has to step out of bounds. The old option play ends up losing a couple yards. Turner with 8 carries for 26 yards. That one in the minus category, unfortunately.
Imagine Coach Chris wants his backs to stay inbounds and keep that clock going. But they like you said earlier, Dave, they need a score here if they want to put the Gauchos behind even more, make it even more difficult to come back.
Second down. About 14 yards to go. Football's loose. Dive man, Ayers couldn't hang on to it. And it's taken over by Petaluma. By Casa Grande. Josh Garcia comes up with that turnover, so the teams exchange turnovers. Casa Grande's Garcia comes up with that one. Josh Garcia, he's a junior. And now Casa Grande's offense is back on the field.
Exactly. So now you get just a, again, on a connect that time, can't get the ball in the hands, and it hits the turf with a recovery by the Gauchos, which is going to give that momentum right back to Casa. You couldn't write a better movie script here, I don't think.
First down, Casa Grande. Fitzgerald straight ahead, running over Trojans, and then finally gets thrown back after a gain of 6 to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, he just got moving, and I don't think I want to get in the way of that guy.
72 yards now, Fitzgerald on 16 carries. That one just straight ahead.
Just straight ahead. Get out of my way. I'm going to carry this team on my back for a bit.
Second down for the Trojans. A little over 7 minutes to go. Fitzgerald hitting the backfield and dropped. Nice defensive play.
That was actually Leonetti on the carry, I believe.
Oh, Leonetti, I'm sorry, yeah. Xavier Kreisdale making the hit in the backfield. Loss of 2. Kreisdale got there right as the ball was exchanged. Third down. Offerman to throw. He's got a man. First down yardage. Nice catch. It's the sophomore, Dominic McHale. Forward progress was to the 49-yard line. A 10-yard gain. Depending on, well, they may not give him the forward progress. He almost didn't get the first down at the end of that.
Yeah, no, he came back. Instead of keeping going forward, he came back. Down.
Just did get the first down. It's only a 6-yard pickup after all that.
Hayden Failer down. It looked like maybe cramping. Ex-Gaucho. He transferred last year before the season over to Petaluma, and he's up. It's good to see.
He's back up and off the field. Casa Grande defensive coordinator is going to take, or offensive coordinator is going to take time here to, during the injured player, to talk with his team, kind of a free timeout situation.
Yeah. Which you're not technically supposed to do, and Bosky's going to roll the clock.
Dominic Bosky's saying, get back out on the field, and he's going to roll the clock here, so they're going to have to hustle to get the play off. A little more than 6 minutes to play now. Leonetti hit behind the line, manages to squirt forward for a yard or 2, but a nice job defensively. Once again, Luke Haggard was there.
I like that setup, how they put Fitzgerald to the slot up top. Leonetti back there because he's got some speed. He's a tough runner. When he gets moving, he goes, and now they just flip-flop Leonetti and Fitzgerald on this down.
Palmy was also there on the tackle. 2nd and 9. Swing it out to Fitzgerald. Gets a block. Ayers takes him down with some help from Haggard, but he gets down to the 49-yard line. 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, keep getting him out to the flats. You know, he's a tough guy for a defensive back to bring down. We'll see here. They just get him into the flat, have him get upfield. Ball almost goes over his shoulder, but he does a good job bringing it back down.
Luke Haggard, who tried to get him earlier, got ahead of him after that and ended up pushing him back, or he might have been able to push the pile forward. Third down.
To the sideline to Scott.
Third and
Logan's
about
calling the
3.
offense.
Throwing it, and it's incomplete. Fourth down. Down to 4.5 left to play.
Man, that's a tough play, Coach, to have dropped the ball. Dave, you look like you have a first down if you catch it. And Kale kind of struggling a little bit. He's young, so his nerves are playing into it. The clock's winding down, you know, and he sees it. Gonna go for him.
Fourth down for Casa Grande.
Hard count him. Use a timeout here.
And they do take a timeout. I once again thank our broadcast partner, Golden State Lumber. We'd love to do more of these broadcasts, full game broadcasts with multiple cameras, but it does take community support, business support, sponsorship. Golden State Lumber was able to help us out today.
Yeah, again, we talked about Lee Knobman and his family earlier, but we couldn't be more happy to have them in our community. They support us from flag football all the way through high school football and other sports on top of that too. So what a great guy and a great family to have, and we couldn't be any luckier to have a guy like that in our community. You know, I wonder if
Casa's set the clock here to 4:34.
Punting here or not. With 4.5 left, you're at that spot where, you know, it's toss a coin. I think they're going to go for it. You got nothing to lose here.
Cheerleaders keeping hope alive on that sideline. Fourth down play. Could be the ball game right here.
Great call.
Offerman rolls. He's got room if he keeps. Now he tucks, and did he get it? A late dive. It's going to be close. He's got the first down. Offerman picks up 5.
I like that call, Dave. That pump fake by Offerman you're going to see here is probably what freezes those guys right here and gets him the extra yards. He puts the DB in freeze mode, has to make a hop. Great job by Chance getting his team the first down, leading them down the field. You know, Chance looks calm and collective back there, and that's a huge play for him, for this team.
Pitch out, Fitzgerald. Runs over a Trojan and gets down to the 33. Nice job by Ayers, though, to stay in front of him and bring him down after a gain of 5. Now remember, Petaluma missed their extra point. So if Casa can come down and score, they could be in a position to win the game.
Yeah, you look at Diaz, he's a little guy. He just stuck his shoulder there. He knew that he had to make a play, or Fitzgerald was probably going to end up getting a lot more yardage out of that. And he just puts his shoulder in there and makes the stop.
Pass incomplete, almost caught by Capellan. And it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, I just got the ball a little bit low on Capellan here.
9 of 20 for 132 yards now for Offerman in the air. Just under 4 minutes to play in this football game. Offerman to throw. Fires it. Leonetti has it down to the 24-yard line. 15 yards, first down. Leonetti's first catch of the day, and it's a big one. 14 first downs now for Casa Grande as they try to engineer a drive here at the end of the game and try to win the Egg Bowl under 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Offerman gives it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald stopped at the 21-yard line after a gain of 3. 80 yards now for Fitzgerald on 18 carries. He's been a workhorse today. He's had to leave the game a couple times injured.
You can't be in a hurry here, although, you know, that's one of the things about Petaluma's offense is if you get behind, try to make up time here, you know, you're trying to score with not a lot of time.
3 minutes to go. Oh. Intercepted. It's picked off by Ralston. Jacob Ralston. The heart and soul of this Petaluma team, and he comes up with a big play right here with the interception.
Yeah, talk about an opportunist time to get a pick here. Let's see what he sees. Jantz calls the play here. He's got his eyes on the receiver. Just a stop route where that linebacker sits in front of that guy, that receiver. Tough play.
So Petaluma now can try to eat up 2 minutes and 54 seconds to put this Egg Bowl away.
You know, don't forget.
Fumbled on their last possession.
Right.
Wolbert keeps.
Petaluma's had that problem all year of fumbling the football, so don't think that's not Costa's mind trying to jar that football out
Costa
of their hands.
takes a timeout.
Just a heartbreaker, man. That hurts me for Jantz.
Well, it's great to have the Egg Bowl back, that's for sure. Kind of interesting that they play this on a Saturday afternoon also.
Yeah,
traditionally, you get smaller crowds on a Saturday afternoon, but that hasn't been the case today. It's a great crowd out here.
No, and you couldn't have better weather, and that was part of the original planning, was to have it on a Saturday, not at night, not giving people the opportunity to come out and make a problem out of it. They really wanted it to be a community event, which I think they've done a good job of it. And, you know, so far, both teams have not let us down as far as it being a good game. I actually, in the first quarter, thought, this could be a rout. And, you know, Costa did a good job relaxing, like I talked about, and knowing that you don't get in a hurry here. But Petaluma actually stayed the same instead of attacking and trying to put the knife through the heart.
2nd and 9. Wolbert keeps again. Got to stay in bounds. He does. He's taken down after a short game. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Costa's got to burn another timeout here. Good call.
And I like the fact that they're not taking any risks, not having any exchange. Just let the quarterback do his thing. It really takes a lot out of the equation in terms of, you know, you try to hand off. You got guys coming in there. They know you're going to run the football and can create a turnover deep in your own territory and turn the momentum back around. So Wolbert's just keeping it himself.
Right.
Timeout taken again here.
Got to make a couple adjustments, not freak out here. Let's see, Jaden Bosar's warming up on the sideline here. I'm not sure if they're thinking about making a change or if Jantz is hurt or whatnot, but I'm noticing that Jaden's warming up. Again, not so sure why.
Petaluma trying to get a first down with an opportunity to run the clock out. Casa Grande trying to get a stop to get their hands back on the ball and give themselves a shot at the win here late in the Egg Bowl. 3rd down. 8 yards to go. Turner taken down at the 26. He stays in bounds. We'll see if they use their final timeout right here.
Keep one. Great stance by Casa. Obviously, much needed stops.
Rick Chris. They are not taking that final timeout. They're going to let the clock roll a little bit right here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Petaluma come to the line of scrimmage, hard count them, try to get them to jump, get themselves a first down. Nope.
Nick Ayers to punt. Of course, anything can happen in high school football on a punt. Dropping back deep for the Gauchos is Capellan.
Rick doesn't look happy, Chris, on the Petaluma sideline. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Petaluma stops the clock for them. I'm surprised Casa didn't take another timeout, because once you have your hands on the football, you have more of an ability to stop the clock with a spike ball, incomplete pass, or get out of bounds.
Right, yeah, so, probably thinking that they need at least one in their back pocket for a play that doesn't get out of bounds, or maybe an opportunity to run the ball with Fitzgerald a little bit, or Leonetti, and that's why they're not burning it. I don't know why. I'll be interested to ask at the end why they didn't burn that timeout, but thanks to Rick Chris Trojans burning one, they got a little bit of help there. Again, like I thought Rick was going to come to the line of scrimmage and hard count him and then burn your timeout, because you never know. If the Casa kid who's thinking block, he may jump and give them the first down, and then you got game over. So Casa's going to get a chance to rally here.
4th down. Nice kick by Nick Ayers. Capellan takes it back at the 32, makes the first guy miss, out to the 40, to the 44-yard line. So they will be 56 yards away from the win. That is, if they get a touchdown and the PAT. Petaluma missed their final PAT, and Casa has 1 minute and 45 seconds and 1 timeout to work with.
Yeah, here
First
we go.
and 10, Casa Grande from the 44.
This is where, your money is made, per se. You got to be calm here. And, Casa's got to do a good job coaching-wise of staying calm and letting these kids know that, hey, we're not out of this thing at all. Matter of fact, we got the ball, and we're going to have the last say no matter what.
Casa Grande sitting at 0-2 on the season, looking for their first win of the year, and they're 56 yards away here on the home field in the Egg Bowl. Offerman to throw, has time, has a man, close to a first down. Ayers with the tackle. Capellan made the catch in traffic, and they spotted at the 46. It's going to be very close to a first down.
This is a great read by Jantz. They're going to kind of get Kenneth Fitzgerald in the flats, but Isaiah Capellan going to pick on the middle of the field. The Trojans dropped to like a cover 2 look.
A first down. Capellan's 6th catch of the day. He has definitely been the go-to guy. And they are in Petaluma territory. Clock rolling. Complete again, middle of the field. Another first down at the 36. They pick up 11 this time. That time the pass was complete to Cole Shimmick.
Again, just being calm, making plays.
169 yards now for Offerman. They fake it to Fitzgerald. Offerman rolls, has Leonetti wide open, down inside the 20. Another first down. Little under a minute to go. First down. $25 yards on the play.
Yeah, that linebacker just no match for Leonetti. Leonetti's speed.
194 yards now for Offerman. Clock stopped at a minute to go, and a timeout taken. Who took that one? Petaluma takes another timeout. They're out of timeouts. Wow, here we go. What a great way to finish the Egg Bowl. A minute to play. Casa trailing by 6. They're in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, again, we couldn't have written a better script for this. Yeah, a lot of people get a little Garrett Esponda getting the crowd jumping and going here. Both teams with their nerves. I don't envy either coaching staff right now. I hated situations like this. It's just, it's just terrible when your nerves are going and you're sitting there wondering, can we stop them? Or, hey, can we score without turning the ball over? Which, again, we talked about, turnovers and points off turnovers. That's huge.
First and 10.
Seeing what they're giving them. They're giving them a cover 3 look. They're going to put 21 on man on 13, which they can't get. They cannot cover.
Leonetti's got it. drops the football. The ball ends up rolling out of bounds, which will stop the clock. He gained about 4 yards on that. Clock is stopped with
They call that no
about
catch.
55 seconds, 56 seconds to go. Here it is again.
Let's see if we can
pick
they
it up
call
here.
it a catch or not. You know, you're putting Leonetti on a outside linebacker. I don't think that's a catch.
Boy, I don't know. They're going to call it a catch and a fumble. Picks up about 3 on the play.
Lucky that it fumbled and ran out of bounds.
Fake it to
There he is again, wide open.
Offerman rolls. He's got a man. It's tipped away. Great defensive play by Eric Diaz. Diaz, who picked up the fumble earlier, tips that one away in the end zone.
Here we go. Just a good job. Leonetti again on linebacker. I don't know if they're just missing that or not, but they're not making any adjustments. They can't. Leonetti's too fast to be covered by outside backer. Costa's obviously, exploiting that, and they're not making an adjustment.
3rd down. 7 yards to go. Same play. Rolling right again. Lofts it up deep. Capellan out of the back of the end zone. Guarded by Ayers. 4th down. Here we go. Been in this situation a couple times here in the 4th quarter, where it comes down to one play, a 4th down play.
Again, we could not have written a better script here, Dave. And I think, this is what people wanted to see. I don't think people want to see a blowout either way.
Casa does still have 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they use it.
$50 seconds to go in the Egg Bowl.
They do the same thing with crossers.
Offerman into the end zone. Leonetti's out there, but he can't turn around in time to get there, and it's incomplete. In fact, the wind might have really blown that ball off target. Same with the ball before that. And Petaluma takes over with a chance to go into victory formation. They took 3 shots at the end zone.
Yeah.
Almost had the first one, but Ayers made the great play to knock it away. Or excuse me, Diaz.
Yeah. And the thing is Casa saw that mismatch and they tried to take shots. Petaluma got lucky. Again, we talked about getting lucky, but just couldn't do it.
Victory formation. So Wolbert, after Casa scored to tie it, and Petaluma brought it right down the field again after that. Some great runs by Dominic Ayers on that drive. Rolston finished it off. And now Petaluma can take a knee one more time as we go under 20 seconds.
Petaluma got to take some momentum into the SCL.
And that is going to do it. It's over. Petaluma wins the Egg Bowl. And boy, are they excited.
Yeah, that's a big win for Coach Chris and his program. I'll tell you, it's sad for the Gauchos, but they got some stuff to build on. You can see they got some great players. They're not gonna lose every game this year. They are gonna be a team to reckon with. They just got to get moving and get going, and I think that it's just a matter of time. They got a tough road ahead of them, but they definitely showed today that they can battle with the best of them.
Yeah, Casa drops to 0-3. Rick Christ sitting at 4-0 going into SCL play. That's got to be a confident football team right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Going into SCL play, you're gonna face Annalee, who I think will be their toughest competition, and that's something that the Trojans can literally run through the SCL if they maintain this momentum. So it's gonna be a fun race to watch. Both leagues are going to be fun races to watch. Unfortunately for the Gauchos, I think that that league championship is going to come down to 2 of those teams, that Rancho and Cardinal Newman.
Well, certainly I think the renewal of the Egg Bowl was a successful event. I want to thank our crew today, doing a great job on camera. Forrest Murnane, David Day, and Lorenzo Merlin. Our graphics operator, Matt Fowler. our chief engineer, Martin Kornfeld, our director, Brian Leach. And thanks to you, John Antonio, for bringing out here. And a huge thanks to our broadcast partner today, Golden State Lumber.
Yeah, thank you, Dave, for having me. I really enjoy it. Keeps me in the game. Sad for the Gauchos, happy for the Trojans. Looking forward to watching my son play tomorrow.
All right, well, there's your final. Petaluma 20, Casa Grande 14. Oh, you can bet they are going to celebrate long and loud tonight on the west side of town.
Yeah, you can guarantee that. And I think, the Gauchos, although they lost, they got a good football team, and once they get going, they're going to be something to watch.
So that's going to do it for our coverage today here in the 2017 Egg Bowl. Hope you've enjoyed it. Petaluma wins it 20-14 to go 4-0 on the season. Until next time, Dave Cox for John Antonio saying goodbye from Casa Grande High School. We'll see you again real soon right here on YSN365.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
You've worked hard to create a good life for you and your family. Protecting what you've earned is important. At George Peterson Insurance Agency, our local agents work with you to make sure your home and belongings are protected from potential risks. When it comes to you and your family, we're committed to providing you with the right insurance for your needs. We work hard to ensure that your risks are covered, so you can focus on what's most important. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
At George Peterson Insurance, we support the communities we serve and live in. You'll find us helping out at the Boys and Girls Club and Sonoma Humane Society, collecting food for the Redwood Empire Food Bank, and more. It's our goal to make our neighborhoods a better place. We're invested in your success. For over 75 years, George Peterson Insurance has been serving our communities and customers with top-notch service and competitive pricing. Find out what we have to offer. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Izetta Data and Communications, specializing in data and voice cabling, delivering the highest quality of workmanship and materials. Izetta Data and Communications. Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber. Today's game is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, with several Bay Area locations to serve you. At Golden State Lumber, we measure our success with customer service. A local family-owned business taking pride in giving back to the communities that support our business. Because if you succeed, we succeed. The Bay Area's building material supplier, Golden State Lumber.
Hard work.